Hey everybody, it's Easy Peasy Streams here, and I'm here to give you a tutorial video on how to run Ledybot, um, which is a GTS giveaway for um, Gen 7 Pokemon games, and this only works, I'm going to say this now, so people don't keep going into it, this only works if you have a new 3DS, because Gen 7 games use the extra RAM, so you won't be able to run NTR on the old devices. Now, before we get started, I'm going to let you know what you need to open before opening Ledybot on your computer. The download link for this will be in the description. Currently, this is the latest download. Um, Ollie's version is older. I have been updating it since, but let's. Okay, so there's the link. So what you're gonna want to open is you're gonna want to open um, input redirection, which I will leave a link for this in the description as well. And you also need NTR set up. Now, if you don't know what NTR is, go look it up. I'm not going to make a tutorial video on it, but pretty much what you're going to want is you're going to want to look at boot NTR selector and just get an idea of what NTR is if you don't know already. Um, so, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open up your Pokemon game. Now, you can either you can either connect online, like onto the GTS, which I'm going to do now, or when the game is first starting up, what you can do is press the home button and wait for the internet connection to pop in the upper left corner, and then when that pops up, just press connect. So now you're going to want to put in the IP address for your 3DS. Now there's two ways you can do this. One is if you have access to your router with the administrator and password, which I currently do not, then you can find your connected devices and find which one is your 3DS. The other way is if you do have an FTP client on your 3DS, you can just open that and get the IP address because it'll display it. So right now mine ends in .3 because it is a local IP, so I don't have to worry about you guys hacking it. So you can connect once you have Pokemon open and if you have any internet connection, you can connect to your device at any time. So I could just press connect, give it a couple seconds, and connection successful. Technically, it's like 1 second, but I said a couple. um, so now that we're connected, we can do anything now. What happens is when this connects, it sends a patch to your 3DS, so now I can disconnect from the internet and Ledybot will still be connected. So I really only want to go over the GTS bot because there's a whole bunch of other things like breeding where you can make an egg available or egg always available or that, but that doesn't really matter. An injection is simple. Pick a slot, a box, a slot, pick a file, um, and how many you can inject, or you can just straight delete Pokemon. That's straightforward. But the GTS bot gets people a little off guard. Um, so there's a couple features here that I want to explain. First, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open up the giveaway details. Now right here I have a whole bunch of giveaway details. Um, right now mass delete is bugged. It still deletes them, but what you're going to want to do is just delete one at a time from the top. I'm not sure. Yeah, you have to actually select them. I'm going to do some optimization for that. Really, it's not a priority, but it's something there. So right now, you also will need the JSON DLL that is in the zip. Don't ignore that. That's for if you want to use Reddit implementation. So but we'll get to that. I just thought I'd mention it because I was opening up the PK7 file folder that I have. So in the giveaway details, you're going to want to add. And now, I know for a fact the Gyarados is male, so I'm going to keep it on male. Max count, 0. There's no reason to put it on 0. It just means you won't be trading that Pokemon at all. If you want to trade only 10, you set it to 10. But -1 means you don't give a crap about how many. I haven't tested the count 100%, so there could be bugs with it. Let me know if you use it, test it out. So the dex number is the dex number of the Pokemon you're giving away. So if I look up Gyarados real quick, 130. I caught it with my eye. So 130 is going to be the dex number. The level, I do know it is level 91 or higher. And now, the simple thing to do, so you don't have to browse and go through everything and find it, the simple way to do is you can actually drag and drop into this window, and that's going to fill in the information. So that's the default PK7. So this PK7 will be what's traded by default, and if someone has a Gyarados up, then that's what you want to give them by default. Then it trades that. It injects it into your box 1, slot 1. Now, say in your giveaway you have a whole bunch of different versions of Gyarados. What you do is you have them name that Gyarados something. So say they want it timid or jolly or adamant, a specific nature, and you have those PK7s. What you do is you would create a, I'll just make a copy real quick as a fake version. So say this is adamant, right? So what you would do is tell them, name it, nickname whatever Pokemon they're putting up adamant. And so if that file exists in this folder for the specific, then it will trade it to them. So let's review what I said, because I know I'm bad at explaining things. Default, if they have a regular Pokemon and they're just trying to get a Gyarados, whatever you want to give them. Specific is a folder with a whole bunch of files named, so that when they are asking for something, if they specifically name what they deposit to adamant or like any nature, you put it in, you make a file, name it that nature, adamant, whatever. It doesn't have to be natures, it can be anything, inside the specific folder. Okay? And it'll trade them if it's named anything inside this folder. So save. So right now we have this information is not necessarily needed. It just kind of is there. But you have your optional path and your specific. I know the naming convention is not right, because this is really your specific or default, and that's the optional, which I'm going to make it soon where you do not have to put in an optional path, because there's a way people can break it. If, say, you're giving away Hydreigon and Gyarados. Say they're asking for a Gyarados, but they name it Hydreigon, and you use the PK7 folder, and these are in the PK7 folder, then you could have an issue. So, but most people don't do that, but I'm just saying it could be an issue if people decide to do that. And then traded. This is a trade counter, actually, where if you trade it, it adds 1 every time, and it saves this. So if I add another real quick, Mimikyu is 778. 778. 1 higher. I know it's male, because this is a giveaway that I just recently did. Drag the PK7 over, it fills it in, and then drag the folder in, and press save. And now we have the Mimikyu set up to be given away. So now this is our giveaway details. We can close this, we can open it back up, and it's going to show our information. Now, blacklist and Reddit. So let me just tell you what those options are right now. Blacklist, what happens is you don't want one person farming the bot and taking as many Pokemon as they want. So what you do is you check that blacklist button, and what happens is each Pokemon in the giveaway details has their own list. So if someone receives a Gyarados, they cannot ask for another Gyarados, but they can ask for a Mimikyu because they haven't received one yet. Once they get both of them, they won't be able to ask for either, and technically they won't be able to participate in the giveaway because they're on that blacklist now. And so that just helps so people can restrict who's getting a whole bunch, and I don't know. You don't have to put it on. I put it on, just make it more fair for giveaways. Um, but yeah. So ban list is also simple. You add an FC and you just put in the friend code. I don't really have anything to ban. There's no reason to ban people unless, it's specific through Reddit. And I'm like, what are you doing here? Why are you being stupid? Um, but other than that, there's no issue. I'm going to copy this and open up my latest giveaway. And slash that. I think that's, yep, there it is. So this is my latest giveaway, which I'm going to use as an example of how the Reddit works. So right now you can set your subreddit Pokemon Plaza's default because that's a really common subreddit on Reddit. Sorry, let's see. So what happens is you take this ID, the thread ID from the top, copy it, and put it in this box. Paste it, and then make sure the Reddit button is checked. So what it does is, to be more specific, it goes to the website, and it downloads all the comments, downloads all the information on the page. And what it does is it reads through all the flares. So now if someone wants their if the Reddit thing is enabled, they have to comment on the thread, and they have to have their FC, the friend code, in their flare, and it has to be the same one they use to deposit the Pokemon with the 3DS. So all these people, if you comment, I can trade to you. If you don't comment, the bot will not trade to you, and you won't be able to receive a Pokemon. Sorry, I keep clicking the wrong things. So that's pretty much it. I'll press start so you can see the bot in action a little bit right here. Honestly, I don't think anybody's going to be asking for Mimikyu or Gyarados right now on the GTS, but I'm not touching it. It's going to do its own thing. I usually stream some of it, but lately I haven't. So this is the initial search. It doesn't always search initially like that. Let's see. Yep, see, no one on the GTS has a Pokemon up. But what it does is, if there's nothing there, it goes back to the main menu, searches again. I don't really have a way of demonstrating a trade because it's pretty straightforward. It will search multiple pages. You don't have to worry about that. Everything is logically set up so that it will get to someone that's asking for something on like the last page if needed. See, someone just put up something for a Drifloon. So I'm gonna stop it, and it's gonna stop at a breakpoint. So it might stop, like it could stop at this menu, which is no problem. It's not doing anything. You just press back. But that's pretty much it. I'm not sure what else I can offer to the tutorial, but I want to say thanks for watching. I'm sorry if this was too long or if I'm bad at explaining. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I will be glad to answer them. No questions asked, because it is a little bit confusing for newer people. But again, thanks for watching, and I hope you like using the bot.